and one of his grandsons actually works on the Grand Canyon here. He's a guide. They're way up high on the Siri Peaks where the yellow pines grow tall. Old Sandy Bob and Buster Jig had a road air camp last fall. They brought their horses and running irons and maybe a dog or two. They load their brand all long-eared calves that came within their view. Well, any old doggy that didn't brush up by day got his long ears whittled and his old hide scorched in a most artistic way. But one fine day, old Sandy Bob, he throwed his seago down. He says, I'm sick of the smell of burning hair. I'm a-going to town. So he saddles him up and hits him a lope for work no side of a ride. And those were the days when an old buckaroo could aisle up his insides. Well, they starts him in at the Kentucky bar at the head of Whiskey Row and winds up down by the depot house, some 4-day drink below. They then sets up and turns it the other way. And to tell you the God-forsaken truth, them boys got stupid that day. Well, heading back to camp and packing a pretty good load, who should they see but the devil himself a come prancing down that road. Says he, you ordinary cowboy skunk, you better hunt your holes, for I've come up from Hell's Rim Rock to gather in your souls. And Sandy Bob said, devil be damned, you boys is kind of tight. You ain't gonna take you no cowboy souls without some kind of fight. He pulled his seago out and swung it straight true and lapped it on that devil's horns and gathered his dallies too. Old Buster Jig was a riata man with his gut lying coiled up knee. He's shaking it out and built him a loop and lashed the devil's hind feet. They stretched him out, tailed him down, and while the irons were getting hot, they cropped and swallow forked his ears, and then they branded him up a bunch. Well, they dehorned him with a dehorning saw and knotted his tail for a joke, and then they left him there next to a blackjack oak. So if you're ever up high in the Siri Peaks and you hear one hell of a wail, you can bet it's that devil bellowing around about them knots in his tail.
I love that.
He's fun, a good tale.
Oh, golly.